Hi, hi. My name is Donald Prince Shackelford III, and I am making this video because there's been a lot of things going on in my life that I've had no control over, and I'm hoping that this video can reach somebody that could put me in touch with Theresa Caputo, because I think that she could help me a great deal with trying to figure out a lot of things that I can't necessarily figure out myself. And a few of those things are dealing with the fact that God has always spoke to me and told me that my purpose was to make this world a better world. I started praying for that when I was 11 years old. And in praying for that since I was 11 years old, a few years ago I was encountered by extraterrestrials known as the Watchers. They used to be known as the Anunnaki when they were in physical form. But since they have evolved and become light being form, they are now known as the Watchers, and that is the job that God has given them in this realm over the part of our reality. And these beings, they call me the architect of peace because inside me lies the way for us to come to peace. But what good is something that's inside of you if you can't get it out? What good is something inside of you if nobody believes in you? What good is something inside of you if nobody wants to hear what you have to say, even if it's true? So it's like having a voice and shouting at the top of your lungs, but everybody around you is deaf and they can't hear because they either choose not to or they just don't want to, you know? So I guess I'm just making this video. Something, I'm watching Long Island Medium on demand, and I swear this woman makes me cry so much, like all the time. I just got done, wiping my tears, and something said, you know, make this video. And I fought it for as long as I could because, I'm a dude, and I'm a Leo, and didn't really want to show that vulnerable side of me, but something said make it. And when something pushes you and pushes you and pushes you, you need to do it. And so that's why I'm doing it. So whoever sees this, I like to let you know a law that these beings have given me, that they said that we need to understand in this reality. It's called the law of beings of higher intelligence, the universal law of beings of higher intelligence. And they said that all of mankind needs to understand this law. And they said that all of mankind needs to become one with this law because it puts everything into perspective. This law states that every being of high intelligence born in the physical reality of life has a source or God-given right of birth to secure their own personal happiness in the physical reality, doing whatever they wish with whomever they wish, so long as they do not bring harm to themselves or to others. We can do whatever we want to do. This law puts into perspective that separation does not exist, and so religion does not exist, and race does not exist, and nationality does not exist. Sexual orientation does not exist. All of the things that we separate ourselves with do not exist. So if they do not exist, we are one with the whole of creation, going back to the source that birthed everything into creation. Therefore, there's no reason to hate each other or to fight each other, because when we are judging one another, we are truly judging ourselves first before we are judging another. When we are causing harm to another person or another thing, we are causing harm to ourselves first before we even strike pain into the other person. They've given me these paintings. I see things that other people don't see, and I have these different kinds of art that are purely done by spirit. They have not been touched by human hands, and I have no way to get them out. There's just been a lot. There's been a lot going on in my life, and a lot that is beyond my control. A lot of people say that, you know, and I do believe that you you have to manifest your own reality. But when the reality is completely against what you're trying to manifest, what do you do then? Who do you turn to for help? Because you can't do it on your own. And every every person that you care about, every every avenue that you try and go to receive some sort of help, because they can't grasp the concept of what you're saying, even if it is true, they choose not to help you. So what do you do? Where do you go from there? Where do you go? Who do you turn to? That's why I'm turning to Theresa, because she's from a different place. She's from a higher dimension. Her her presence, her soul, her being is from a higher dimensional reality, just like mine. And people who exist, who have higher dimensional souls but exist in the third dimension and are trapped in the third dimensional limited thought process, can't process thoughts that range from a higher dimensional source, a higher dimensional reality. As above, so below means taking that higher dimensional reality and bringing it down to the lower dimensions, which is this third dimension, and changing this reality so that this reality is closer and closer and closer to the higher dimensional reality. This is how the beings known as the Watchers evolved into light beings. This is how we will further evolve, and a million or a billion years from now, we will evolve into light being form as well, following suit. But until we bring what is in heaven down into this reality, it will not be. Until we learn to fall into equilibrium with the other part of ourselves, which is Mother Nature, and the universe, which is infinitely us, we will not be in line with who we are at our core. Not as individuals, but as a collective. The collective of the universe. That is all that exists. The collective of the universe. We are infinitely connected to everything we know. We are infinitely connected to everything that we do not know yet. We are infinitely connected to everything that we can see, and we are infinitely connected to everything that we can't see yet. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. So, I truly am hoping that that me making this video is for a reason, and me posting this video and showing this side of me, which is very hard to do, is truly for a very good reason. So Namaste, and may you all be blessed with infinite light and infinite love of Source to understand
In Return to Oz, Dorothy
more
finds herself back in the magical land of the
clearly
Greens
with your soul
and go into a
of
strange
what
and
I just have
spellbinding
had to
world
say,
20,000
and
Leagues
not with
Under
your
the
mind,
Sea.
because the mind is always the limited
Podcast
self.
starring Pixar's
The
fourth
limited self
one-man
can't
band.
comprehend what the
You and your
infinite
family
self
can
can
enjoy
always
12 Disney
comprehend.
movies per week,
The
plus
limited self will
Pixar
never
stories
know
and other
everything
brilliant
that
materials
the
for only
infinite self,
$5.99 per
the
month.
soul,
Select
which
titles will also be
is
available
housed in
in
the heart, will
HD.
always know.
To order,
So
go to the
I
Premium
hope
Channels
that
folder,
this
select
touches the
Disney
soul of
Family
somebody.
Movies, and choose a title. Then just follow the easy on-screen instructions